This is the mystery tube. If I measure it, it's about 30 centimeters long. All right. Now this tube, we're not allowed to open it up. But what we do is we look at an interesting phenomenon that happens. Remember that science is always concerned with or always about what is unusual. And so there is something unusual in this tube. Therefore, it makes it science. Now, if I pull it this way, then I get this much coming out on this side. Now, if I measure that length, that ends up being 15 centimeters. Okay? Now, so that's half of this tube basically. Now, if I measure the other side, how long that is, that ends up being 30 centimeters, which is the length of the tube. Now, here's what the interesting thing is. How did we pull on this side, getting 15 centimeters coming out in the exact same amount of time that 30 centimeters went in? How do you pull on one side, 15 centimeters comes out, and in the same amount of time, twice as fast on this side is what the mystery is. How can we have twice as fast on one side as the other one? What's in there? So that's, the question. All right, now we're gathering data in the class. So one of the pieces of data is that there's a jiggling inside there, and we can hear something in it. So we know there has to be a thing in there, okay? And people are wondering what is that sound? And so we're testing by hitting on the side, seeing if that sounds, like it's a metal thing, or maybe something else. And then we also notice that this side is not very. When I pull it out, let's see. This is the side that only 15 centimeters comes out. On that side, it's not very frayed, but on this side, the top 15 centimeters of this string is extremely frayed. So if we can get a nice close-up of that, we can see what I'm talking about. Very, very frayed there and not so frayed at the bottom, which is interesting because the whole thing goes in. All right, now that's a piece of evidence. That's a piece of data for us to maybe figure out what's in there. Now, one of the kids suggested, okay, well, let's try a magnet, and that could tell us whether the thing inside there is, either magnetic itself or it's metal. Okay, so now you can see my magnet's sticking on there, so it's either metal or it's a magnet. Now also, if I go like that and pull it to the middle, then it looks like it's moving 15 centimeters, whatever that is. But if I pull it out on this side, whatever's inside there is moving 15 centimeters back, but the string is coming out 30 centimeters. How in the world can that be? All right, now to see if that's metal or a magnet, I could turn it over, and it's got to be metal because the other side of the magnet wasn't being repelled from it, so I know it's not a magnet. It's got to be a piece of metal. All right, now that's all the data of the mystery tube. Let me do it one more time. So if I pull this way, 15 centimeters came out on this side over here, and 30 centimeters went in, and whatever's in there moves to halfway, 15 centimeters. That's the mystery tube. What you're supposed to do for the homework is draw what you think is on the inside of the mystery tube.